Something else here real quickly. We chose to organize this event this way. Had the folks that spoke, that organized, that decided absolutely everything for this rally and march to be from marginalized communities. We chose that because we did not want to take a chance to put forward an actual action within the parameters of white comfort. We have so much at stake here alone in Eugene. What happened in Charlottesville is deplorable. But it happens here every day, as my brother Ruben mentioned. It happens every day. We either choose to unite and make it clear that that's not welcome here, yes. Or we sit in silence, shed a tear, and move on.
No! Silence is violence!
Will we stand in silence?
No!
Will we move to action?
Yes!
Will we allow leadership from marginalized communities?
Yes!
Follow marginalized communities. I'd like to point out that there are a lot of folks out there that maybe we have not mentioned, you know, from the trans community, Jewish community, trans community, anything that this racist country has used to make us less. Nobody can make us less.
No.
One other concept I'd like to share before we move on is that in planning, there's this concept called placemaking. And it is exactly what it sounds. When you find communities that are marginalized, you find a way to use the city, the building structures, the streets, the way everything is set up to make a place for these marginalized communities so they can feel inclusive. That's a great concept, right? Great concept. If you're from Mexico City and you live in La Colonia de Santa Maria la Ribera and you know El Kiosco Morisco in that colonia, you establish one in Woodburn just like they did, in hopes that those families feel included in that city and they make a place. Gracias, gracias, gracias. So then the hope is that you have paleteros, eloteros, people playing music and feeling like they're home. In contrast, what do you think erecting a statue or naming a building after a known white supremacist and KKK leader? What do you think that does? It makes a place for white supremacy. What kind of community would you rather have?
Inclusive.
Exactly. Love you. That should have been the 45th president of our country. So I want you to think about these two concepts in your work, in your daily work, whether it's for the community, whether it's in your own office, in your neighborhood association, in the community groups that you volunteer in. Are you placemaking for inclusive communities?
Yes.
Are you electing them to leadership, following their lead, not expecting 20 or 50% more, that we have to be, that everybody has to be Barack Obama, right? I wish, right? But I heard something saying, this is a safe crowd to say it. I heard somebody say, walk with the confidence of a mediocre white man. And I want you to really think about it, all right? Think about that. So we struggle with this in our professional life, walking down the street with our daughters, going to pick up some groceries, being asked what kind of chiles are better, being asked, how can I cook this Mexican dish? Like, yo, I don't have a chef hat. So I want you all to really embrace these concepts, start thinking how we can do the change. There will be actions that'll be asked of you, right? And some of them are like showing up today, and you showed up. Did you show up today? The other concept will be to make sure you make inclusive communities a reality. And another one, to really push forward and celebrate the policies that truly ignite inclusivity within county and city government. So with that in mind, we're getting ready to march. And I'd like to point out a few things. This was useless here. But thank you, whoever provided, sorry. So, pink vests, raise your hand. These are folks that are our medics. They're up there. They're our medics. If anything happens on our route, somebody falls, scrapes their knee, need a little water, you got folks there. Green fluorescent hats, raise your hand. But not everybody at the same time. There you go. Those are going to be our legal observers. They will be watching us and documenting our safety all the way to our destination. Folks in the back with the black, they will be providing security. And they look like us. So we would ask the entire crowd before you move, so we can head on to our march, if we can have the altar-abled folks and families with kiddos up front. You will determine our pace. Up front, with the red shirts, the DSA, the Democratic Socialists of America, raise your hand. You will be coupled with them and you'll be walking. All of us will go in the back. We will take a back seat to these folks. You ready to march? You ready to resist? You ready to stop the hate? Let's do it.